Hello friend, this is me, your host back to our channel. I hope you all are well and doing great. So today I'm back with another videos to give review on a book which is give review on three of the books which three of them are all about business, law and finance. So the first book which we will going to see today in this video is the Business Law Essentials you always wanted to know. It is a practical guide to contract law, intellectual property, employment, taxation, and data protection. Introduction. The world of business today operates with a complex legal framework where every transaction transaction, employment contact, and intellectual property asset is regulated by law. Understanding these legal dimensions is crucial for entrepreneurs, managers, and professionals who want to succeed ethically and sustainably. Business law essentials. You always wanted to know by publishers vibrant publishers offers an exceptional overview of the core legal concepts that govern business activities. This book, part of the self-learning management series, is designed for non-lawyers who wish to understand the legal environment in which business function rather than overwhelming the reader with dense legal jargon or technical details. This book presents business law as a practical tool for engage management, not just a theoretical discipline. Its approachable writing style, real world examples, and structured format make it an ideal resource for both students and working professionals who wish to understand the foundations of business law. Purpose and audience. The main purpose of this book is to demystify business law and make it accessible to readers from non legal backgrounds. The author explains that understanding Legal principles can help professionals make better business decisions, avoid costly mistakes, and operate with boundaries of compliance and ethics. The target audience includes business students, entrepreneurs, and startup founders, corporate managers, human resource professionals, small business owners. The book assumes no prior knowledge of law, which makes it possible an excellent starting point for beginners. Structure and organization. The book is divided into five major sections. Into five major sections, each following on a key aspect of business law: contract law, intellectual property, IP, employment law, taxation, data protection. Each section is further subdivided into clear, concise chapters that define key concepts, explaining their significance and illustrate them with practical examples. The self learning format includes key terms boxes, knowledge checks after each section, case studies based on real hypothetical business scenarios, summaries, and takeaways. This that format ensures that reader not only understands but also retains and applies the information effectively. Detailed chapter review. Contract law. The first section introduces readers to the concept of a contract, which forms the foundation of all business transactions. It covers the element of a valid contract, offer acceptance, consideration, and intention to create legal relations. Types of contracts such as such as written, verbal, and implied agreements, breach of contract, and the legal remedies available, including damages, specific performance and rescission. The author skillfully connects these legal ideas to real life business situations. For instance, the book explains how a poorly written how a poorly written agreement can lead to disputes between companies, or how an unclear clause on result in financial losses. A particularly insightful discussion is on contract management in modern organization, where the author emphasizes the importance of clear documentation, negotiation, and record keeping. This section concludes with case examples that illustrate how legal disputes arise from miscommunication, or non-performance. By examining both success and failures in contract law, the author teaches readers how to avoid common mistakes. Second chapter, intellectual property. The second section deals with intellectual property, one of the most vital assets in the modern economy. Business today are built not only on physical resources but also on ideas, creativity, and innovation. Innovation. This section helps readers understand how to protect these assets legally. It covers patents, protection of inventions and innovations, trademarks, brand identity and distinguishing symbols, copyrights, protection of creative works like books, music, and software, software, trade secrets, confidential information that gives a business competitive advantage. The author explains the registration process for IP rights and the implications of infringement. For example, using author's company's logo or slogan without permission can lead to serious legal consequences. Employment law, the third section of the book, focuses on employment law, a critical aspect of business operations. It provides an overview of the relationship between employers and employees, covering employment contracts and their key clauses, workplace policies, and disciplinary procedures. Procedures, wages, benefits, and working hours, anti discrimination and equal opportunity laws, termination and redundancy rules. This section promotes ethical engagement and emphasizes compliance with labor laws to prevention disputes and legal action. The book also how discusses how employment laws vary across jurisdictions but share common objectives protecting the rights of both workers and employers. Writing style and reliability. The writing style is one of the strongest features of the book. The author uses clear and accessible language, avoiding unnecessary legal jargon. Each concept is each concept is explained logically and often followed by a real-world example or simplified case study. The tone remains professional yet engaging throughout. Instead of overwhelming readers with technicalities, the book provides a conceptual understanding what the law means, why it exists, and how it applies to daily business operations. The inclusion of knowledge checks, summary boxes, and practice questions turns the book into a self teaching guide rather than a conventional textbook. This structure keeps readers actively engaged and helps with long term retention. Strengths of the book: comprehensive yet concise, covers all major areas of business law in one volume. Practical orientation focuses on application rather than theory. Modern relevance. Modern relevance includes contemporary topics like data protection and global compliance. Educational design, self learning format with exercises and takeaways. Clarity, simple explanations suitable for non law readers. Conclusion. Business law essentials you always wanted to know stands out as one of the most user friendly and practical introductions to business law available today. It simplifies complex legal ideas and presents them in a manner that anyone, regardless of their educational background, can understand and apply. The book's balance of theory, practice, and ethics makes it a valuable resource for business students, entrepreneurs, and managers alike. It teaches that legal literacy is not just about avoiding trouble, but about building trust, sustainability, and good governance in business. In a world where contracts are digital, data is global, and compliance is mandatory, this book serves as both a guidebook and safeguard for every aspiring professional. In summary, this book merely a is not merely a, about understanding law. It's about learning how to it's about learning how to conduct business the right way. The next book which we're going to see today in this video is The Everyday Entrepreneur. So the introduction is in a world where entrepreneurship has become the new definition of independence and progress, Mr. Benjamin Michaels, the everyday entrepreneur, stands out as a comprehensive and inspiring guide that demystifies the concepts of starting and running a successful business. The author rejects the notion that entrepreneurship is reserved for a privileged few or those born with exceptional abilities. Instead, he asserts that any individual with determination, vision, and discipline can become a successful entrepreneur. Through this book, Benjamin Michael presents the idea that entrepreneurship is not simply about starting a company, it is a way of thinking and living. The book blends motivational insights, real world examples, and practical advice to help readers understand both the mindset and mechanics of entrepreneurial success. What makes the everyday entrepreneur particularly valuable is its simplicity and realism. The author speaks to the everyday person, those with dreams, fears, and financial limitations, and show them a clear path toward independence and fulfillment through smart business thinking. This review explores the book's structure, themes, writing style, and the lessons it offers to modern readers, especially in universities, students, and young professionals preparing to enter the world of work. Purpose of the book. The main purpose of the everyday entrepreneur is to ordinary power ordinary individuals to pursue their entrepreneurial ambitions confidentially and systematically. Systematically, the author aims to show that entrepreneurship is not an accident or a mystery. It is the result of deliberate habits, planning, and perseverance. This Benjamin Michael believes that every person has a unique idea or skill that can be transformed into a business opportunity. The challenge lies in recognizing it, refining it, and executing it with consistency. Thus, This book is designed to cultivate an entrepreneurial mindset, provide for provide clear steps for planning and launching a business, offer tools to manage growth and adapt to challenges, inspire self-belief and resilience in the face of uncertainty. The author also highlights that entrepreneurship is not just about profit. It is about creating value, contributing to society, and achieving personal fulfillment through purposeful work. Overview and structure. The book is organized into 10-minute main chapters, each addressing a different stage into the entrepreneurial journey. The structure follows logically from mindset to idea generation, planning, marketing, leadership, finance, and stability. Each chapter concludes practical action steps and reflection questions, making it an interactive learning experience. Benjamin Michael's structure is built to mirror real world entrepreneurship, starting from thought, moving into action, and finally sustaining and expanding success. Chapter by chapter analysis. Chapter 1: The power of the entrepreneurial mindset. The first chapter focuses on mental transformation. Benjamin argues that before launching any business, one must adopt the right mindset, one rooted in courage, creativity, and persistence. He describes entrepreneurs as individuals who see solutions where others see problems. This chapter emphasizes self confidence and positive thinking, viewing failure as feedback, not defeat. Not defeat. Not He describes entrepreneurs as individuals who see continuous learning as the foundations of success. One key idea from this chapter is the mindset shift, where readers are encouraged to replace the question, can I do this, with how can I do this, transforming doubt into determination. Chapter 2: Discovering Your Passion and Purpose. Benjamin Michael explains that Successful entrepreneurship begins with passion, not because passion alone guarantees success, but because it sustains motivation through challenges. He guides reader through exercises to identify what excites them and how their passion can be aligned with market demand. Beca- But because it sustains motivation through challenges can be aligned with market demand, the author introduces the purpose formula which combines three elements: passion plus skill plus market need equals to purposeful business. This chapter helps the reader see entrepreneurship not just as money making venture but as a way to live meaningfully and contribute to others. Chapter 3: Overcoming Fear and Taking the First Step. Fear of failure is described as the most common barrier that prevents potential entrepreneurs from acting. Benjamin Michael treats fear as a natural but manageable emotion. He writes, fear is not your enemy, it's a sign that you are doing something that matters. He offers techniques for managing fear, such as starting small, seeking mentorship, and setting achievable goals. The chapter's tone is motivational and reassuring, empowering readers to step outside their comfort zones. Chapter 4: From Idea to Business Plan. In this chapter, author provides a clear and concise guide to business planning. He discusses how to validate an idea, define a target audience, analyze competition, develop pricing and marketing strategies, write a simple business plan. Chapter 5: Building Leadership and Team Skills. Entrepreneurship, Benjamin writes, is not a solo act. Even small business require collaboration, communication, and shared vision. This chapter covers the qualities of an effective leader, how to build trust with a team, motivating employees, and handling conflicts. Chapter 6: Marketing and the Art of Visibility. Marketing is portrayed as a bridge between a great product and a loyal customer base. Benjamin explains that success depends on how well entrepreneurs communicate value. He introduces practical concepts like brand identity, storytelling in marketing, social media engagement, customer relationships. He argues that authentic marketing grounded in honesty and empathy, builds lasting trust. Chapter 7, Financial Intelligence for Entrepreneurs. This chapter teaches basic financial literacy, budgeting, cash flow, and profit margins. Benjamin simplifies complex financial terms, making them understandable for beginners. Conclusion: The Everyday Entrepreneur by Mr. Benjamin is an insightful, inspiring, and practical guide for anyone aspiring to start a business or live with an entrepreneurial mindset. The author proves that entrepreneurship is not reserved for the wealthy or the elite. It is a journey open to anyone willing to learn, act, and persevere. The next book which we're going to see today in this video is the only book you will ever need on small business taxes. Introduction: in today's competitive business world, managing taxes effectively can be the difference between can be the difference between a thriving small business and one struggling to stay afloat. Many entrepreneurs, freelancers, and startup founders find themselves overwhelmed by the complexity of tax laws, deductions, and accounting systems. Garrett Monroe's the only book you will ever need on small business taxes, seeks to address precisely this challenge. This book positions itself as small business taxes, identifying legitimate deductions, learning about bookkeeping and accounting essentials, and legally minimizing one tax's burden. Unlike traditional tax manuals that are overly technical, Monroe adopts a conversational, user friendly tone, ensuring that even readers without prior financial knowledge can grasp complex tax concepts. His promise is ambitious. His promise is ambitious to deliver the only book you will ever need on the subject, but the depth and clarity of his implications make a compelling case that he delivers on that promise. Overview of the book. The book is structured as a comprehensive beginner's guide divided into several major themes that together create a complex roadmap for managing small business finances. Monroe divides his discussion into five core areas: understanding business taxes, choosing the right business entity, deduction, credits, and legal loopholes. Tax planning and compliance. Each section is written to stand alone, allowing readers to focus on topics that are most relevant to their current situation. Yet, when read together, the book functions as a unified course in small business taxation and literacy, financial literacy. Writing style and accessibility. Garrett Monroe's writing is clear, approachable, and motivational. He manages to explain technical text concepts in a way that feels conversational rather than intimidating, rather than intimidating. The tone is encouraging, almost like a mentor guiding you through what might otherwise be a dry subject. Each chapter ends with key takeaways and exercises, practical exercises reinforcing learning and helping readers apply concepts immediately. Immediately, the inclusion of real world case studies, sample deduction lists, and easy to follow instructions make the books highly interactive. Strengths of the For instance, Monroe doesn't just tell you that travel expenses are deductible. He walks you through an example of he walks you through an example of a freelancer attending a conference explaining what percentage of expenses qualify and how to record them correctly. Strengths of the book: comprehensive courage. It combines text knowledge, legal structure insights, and bookkeeping guidance all in one volume. Beginner friendly approach. Beginner friendly approach. The language is simple and approachable. Simple and approachable. Real world examples. Ethical perspective. Practical tools and checklists. The inclusion of templates, summaries, and action steps adds practical value beyond theories. Conclusion. Garrett Monroe's The Only Book You Will Ever Need on Small Business Taxes stands out as an invaluable resource in the field of business management and entrepreneurship. It succeeds in transforming an intimidating topic into an engaging and practical guide for financial empowerment. By the end of the book, readers not only understand of how taxes but also the why record keeping matters, why entity selection affects taxes, and why proactive planning saves time and money. In a sense, Monroe delivers more than just a text manual. He delivers a financial survival guide for modern entrepreneurs. His message is clear: with knowledge, discipline, and the right systems, and small business owner can master their finances, avoid unnecessary tax burdens, and build long-term financial success. So this is all we have from this book. All this from this book. I hope you guys like the book, like the stories of these three of the books. If you did, don't forget to press the like button. I'll be back with another videos with another books to give a review on. And if you wanted to buy any one of these best-selling books, you can visit our Amazon page and buy it from there. So I'll be back. Till then, just take care and goodbye.